To make your car go quicker in the quarter mile, you can do one of three things. Make it more aerodynamic, make more horsepower, or decrease the weight. We're kind of stuck with the aerodynamics that we have because of class rules, and since we're going to be running this thing naturally aspirated, we're kind of stuck there too. So the only thing we can really do is decrease the weight. So something we're going to be doing a lot in this video is comparing weight to horsepower. You'll hear us say stuff like, well, 3 pounds is worth 1 horsepower. And what we're actually saying there is the performance benefit from decreasing the vehicle by 3 pounds is equal to increasing the engine horsepower by 1 horsepower. Alright, let's get to some words of wisdom from someone who's been at it for a very long time.
Calvin asked me to give an update on the car, so this will be part 2 of the Nova build. And he also asked me to discuss losing weight. On the subject of weight, we spend a lot of time cutting weight out of cars, and it's really important the faster you go to realize the penalty that you have carrying weight in a car. When you look at a 12-second car, if you start changing your thought process to be 160 ounces as a horsepower, your focus isn't going to be as strong on trying to cut that weight. But the challenge gets greater the faster you try to go. 11-second car, 123 ounces is 1 horsepower. 10.0, 89 ounces is a horsepower. 9.0, 61 ounces is a horsepower. 8.0, 43 ounces is a horsepower. And when you change your thought process to recognize how great the penalty is to carry the weight at the greater speeds, you end up in a paradigm where you've got to make a whole lot more horsepower or put a whole lot more effort into losing the weight.
Alright, I just want to stop my dad here and sort of translate what he just said. Basically what my dad just said is that reducing the weight is much more effective than increasing the horsepower as the car goes faster and faster. So reducing the weight in a 12-second car is not going to have the same bang for the buck as reducing the weight in a 7-second car.
There are a number of things that we did in the past that we've shared. Pulling out the AC system, 53 pounds. Pulling a spare tire out of a car, 42 pounds. The door girders were 42 pounds. Gutting the hood out is 11 pounds. One of the things that we did before we put the cage in is we pulled the structure out of the roof, and that was a 27-pound reduction. The rear bumper, we expect to see a 38-pound reduction in weight just pulling the hydraulic cylinders and the additional bracketry required for the crash bumpers out. The sound deadener in the car is 32 pounds. The back seat, 24 pounds. Heater was 22 pounds. Losing the power steering pump is 14 pounds. And you just continue to move forward through all of these major weight reductions, and it adds up pretty quick. But what happens in a short amount of time is that the lower costing opportunities to lose weight from the car disappear, and then you have to start focusing on the things that will actually cost money. We've always said that it costs a lot to make them light. And we've reduced the weight of the brakes. We've reduced the weight of the control arms. The steering box, going from a power steering to a manual steering box, is 13 pounds. One of the things that we did recently, and an update that we wanted to share with you, is the roll cage in the car. When we got it, it was that horrible mess, mild steel cage. And we cut that out and put this chrome moly cage in, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. The difference between the mild steel cage and the chrome moly cage, it was 106 pounds for the mild steel cage, and the chrome moly is 68 pounds, which is 38 and a half pounds. The front bumper that we just recently installed, that is a 61-pound difference between the factory steel bumper with its hydraulic cylinders versus what you see on there today.
Alright, I'm going to jump in here with one more. Your choice of rear end can also make a big difference to weight. A Mustang 8.8 weighs 144 pounds. An Explorer 8.8 with all the brackets cut off of it weighs 154 pounds. And an old school Ford 9-inch, even being narrower and with an aluminum center, still comes in at 150 pounds. So just by going with the Mustang 8.8 housing, you're saving quite a bit of weight and you're not sacrificing strength of the rear. So just the things that we mentioned in this video, it totals up to a 492 pound loss to the car, and that is equivalent to 130 horsepower at the 9.0 seconds that we would like the car to run at.
Our goal with this car is to run as fast as we can, naturally aspirated with a small block, with the ultimate goal to get into the 8s. Weight is a premium on this car, and that's why we've made the investment into buying the lightweight brakes and the control arms. When you look at the super fast cars and realize the level of preparation that folks make in making every little detailed part as light as possible, and then you start looking at the effect that that has. 43 ounces is equivalent to a horsepower on an 8.0 car. It is easy to recognize why they spend so much energy developing those super lightweight parts. That's the reason why you see so much titanium and carbon fiber parts on the top end built cars, because they are working their tails off trying to get every ounce that they can out of the car. And for those of you who know us for a long time, you'll remember our favorite saying, "Don't beat the horse, unload the wagon." As we shared in the previous video, we're going with a Gen 5 engine. It's a L86, and what we have realized on short order is there are a lot of parts in this engine that are identical to the LT1. Preparing this engine, we got a set of cylinder heads ported by Ben Snyder at Snyder Performance. Beautiful work. We teamed up with Brian Tooley Racing to spec out a cam, and one of the things that was necessary is to fly cut the piston. So before we disassembled it, we cut the valve relief on the intake side of each of the pistons. We'll clean these all up, gap the rings, and prepare this for service. One of the reasons we're going with the Gen 5 engine is some of the attributes on it really lend themselves to making good horsepower. The direct injection has been tested, and Brian Tooley found that it alone was worth 65 horsepower on this kind of an engine. The piston oil squirters that are built into it, the length of the sleeve, the size of the head bolt fasteners being larger. This engine is well suited for high horsepower application. We are very excited about trying out the direct injection on this and seeing what kind of power we can make out of it. We've already shared with you the headers that we've made and their unique features. That's in a previous video we'll copy down below. And we're hoping that all of these details lend themselves to making this car perform at a top level. In the near future, we'll do another video on the engine build itself and show a lot of the features about the engine in close detail that we really like. When we share some of the differences that this engine has with how it controls the oil pressure, you're going to be amazed at how much thought went into developing this engine. And without spoiling that secret, I'm going to invite you to come back to the future video and check that out.